Okay, today I'm making a video for TH production. We're going to be talking about how to take your skill with the TH and make it a stronger motor habit. So I'm going to be talking specifically about making a motor habit. There may be some things on the PDF that you're unfamiliar with if you haven't been through pronunciation training before. And also I'm not going to be talking a lot about the initial building blocks of building the TH. I'm going to assume that you already know how to produce the TH correctly, but that you're having trouble making it a habit. So let's get into that now. I'm going to share a document here. There we go. Okay. Let's go into this note right here. So the basic building blocks here of building motor habits is the first one being repetitive practice, repeating that motor skill over and over and over again with high accuracy. So you're getting it right 80% of the time or more. And as you do that, you're increasing the difficulty of the task. There are a couple different ways to do this. We can think about difficulty being words to sentences to paragraphs, practicing difficult combinations of sounds and words, or maybe speed, saying it faster, more fluently, more naturally. Those are all different ways to increase difficulty. You can do one or all of those things, going back to being repetitive, doing it over and over again, making sure you're getting it right. If you start to get it wrong, then it's too difficult and you need to step back a little bit. And we're always looking for opportunities to bridge to conversation. How do you take this skill from I can do it on paper in this very structured way to getting it in conversation all of the time? So I can talk about some of those ideas as well. I hope I don't forget. I didn't write that down. Okay. So let's take this repetitive practice and we're going to go through a hierarchy of difficulty, starting with something that's fairly easy and then moving it into something that's more difficult, increasing difficulty. So what I would recommend doing is starting with something easy like a general word list. Typically, the sound or skill is going to be easier at the beginning of the word. So you take a word list where the words start with TH and you go through them as slow as you need to, but as fast as you can while getting it right. Okay? Thank, thaw, thick, thin, thing, think, three, thirsty, thought, thumb, third. Maintaining good placement, good airflow. This, than, there, that, them, then, they, those, these, though. Okay, it should sound soft, have good airflow, good length with good placement. Hopefully you could see I'm being very aware of producing it in a way that you can see what my tongue is doing. You can see that gap in my teeth and the tongue placement every single time. Now, if I found that easy, I might do it more quickly. Thank, thaw, thick, thin, thing. This, that, then, there, that, them, whatever. Okay. To increase difficulty, then I'm going to go to sentences. That one belongs over there. That one belongs over there. I might do this with a video or a mirror so that I can see my placement, make sure that the tongue is right. I might spend more time. That one belongs over there. And then speed that up as I'm able to continue to get it right, for example, right? As slow as you need to, but as fast as you can while getting it right. I recommend recording yourself and then doing repetitive practice. So I'm going to model each of these sentences in a moderate pace. Number 2, this is the one I like. This is the one I like. My natural way to say this, honestly, is this is the one that I like. My brain kept wanting to say this. This is the one that I like. This is the one that I like. I need 3 more of those. I need 3 more of those. I think you should come. I think you should come. Say thank you to them. Say thank you to them. I'm so thirsty. I'm so thirsty. Did you see them yesterday? Did you see them yesterday? Those are the best. Those are the best. They play all day. They play all day. I thought you knew. You can hear how quick that TH can be, right? What it isn't is s, s, or t, t, or p, p. There's no sharpness to it. I thought you knew. I thought you knew. Okay, so again, within the sentences, you can vary difficulty with speed, how long you're taking to prepare for that TH, and that kind of natural fluency there. You can make up your own sentences. The next level of difficulty here would be then to concentrate on this sound within a paragraph. Within this paragraph, you can see that the first part I have highlighted all of the initial THs and I'm ignoring all of the other ones. There are these two young fish swimming along and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys. How's the water?" I missed that. And the two young fish swimming on for a bit, and then eventually one of them looks over at the other and goes, "What the hell is water?" Again, that was pretty slow, so a way to make it more difficult would be to go quicker. So let's review a more natural pace here. There are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish swimming the other way, who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys. How's the water?" And the two young fish swim on for a bit, and then eventually, one of them looks over at the other and goes, "What the hell is water?" Then you could go on to the next part of this paragraph where the THs are not highlighted and read on and try to catch all of those THs. I recommend, again, recording and listening back and becoming a critical listener to hear, did you miss it or did you get it? And self-assess. I might actually jump to final position after that. So I would do the same, there we go. I would do the same sequence of practice. I'm going to warm up with a word list: bath, breath, cloth, teeth, depth, faith, length, math, mouth, myth, path, south, truth, youth, birth. And you can see that placement every time. Bathe, breathe, clothe, seethe, soothe, smooth, teeth, writhe, with. These are pretty uncomfortable to say. I think that's why the list is so small. Nobody wants THs at the ends of words voicing. Okay? If that's difficult, stay here and practice here. Try to get 100 repetitions of something, of ending THs. If you had to do it slow to get it right, try to make it faster. Again, modulate your difficulty. If you're like, that was pretty easy, great, go on to sentences. How slow, how fast. Both of you need to listen. Both of you need to listen. Bathe. I bathe the children on Sunday. I bathe the children on Sunday. My teeth need to be checked Thursday. My teeth need to be checked Thursday. Math is a language in and of itself. Math is a language in and of itself. That salesman is a smooth talker. Super uncomfortable to say that, so take your time with it. That salesman is a smooth talker. Take a deep breath and try again. It's a good one for this. Take a deep breath, then try again. He goes to great lengths to make her happy. TH and S endings like that are very difficult to say. Glide back in. He goes to great lengths to make her happy. Turn south and go another 3 miles. Turn south and go another 3 miles. The joys of youth. The joys of youth. The truth is, I never really liked it. The truth is, I never really liked it. Okay, same thing with paragraph here. I might review the words first with both myth, truth, breath, breathe, north, south, path. I switched breath and breathe, sorry. But then I'd launch, that's the word I was looking for, launch into the paragraph, into the paragraph. With every passing day, the tasks of life get easier. You learn how to both schedule more efficiently and prioritize your day. However, sometimes there are days that did not go smoothly. On and on and on, right? Again, in a paragraph like this, I may be focused only on ending THs if I need to. A way to level up and make it more difficult is to really pay attention to every single TH that occurs. How slow do you have to do it to get it right? How fast can you go and still get it right? Increasing that speed as you practice it more. Repetitive practice and doing it over and over and over again is going to get you more natural speed with good accuracy. And again, I can't say it enough times how those two have to be happening together. If we increase our speed and the accuracy starts to drop and you start getting it wrong, you're just practicing the wrong motor habit, right? If we stay slow and we're getting it right, that might be great, but it doesn't necessarily help you get it towards conversation where it's going to be fast. Okay. Let's go back to medial. Medial is just the middle ones here. Same thing here. Athlete, author, bathtub, right? I have to pull back in for that T. Sometimes what you'll see is people pinch the TH position, bathtub. I'm pinching it to make it sound like a T without pulling my tongue in. It's a little bit of a cheater way to do that, which, you know, that's totally fine. I don't say that in a negative way. It's like a, what's the word? Trick or a hint. Bathtub, bathtub, bathtub. Breathless. Ethan, ethics, lethal, method, nothing, toothbrush, authentic, anything, something, empathy, methodical. Although, bathing, brother, breathing, bother, either, clothing, gather, lather, mother, other, neither, rather, smoothly, worthy. Would you like anything from the store? Listen to your mother. I'd rather go to the movies. Again, you can see this go to the happening a lot. So practice that extra as a common phrase or common part of our phrase, right? Go to the, go to the, go to the, go to the. Do you want to go to the movies? When do you go to the office? Go to the, go to the. Did you hear something? The other day we saw that. What method did your team use? When the air is bad, when super, super small, when the air is bad, breathing is difficult. I left my toothbrush at home. I need another one. Approach the problem with empathy for others. The problem with empathy. You can hear how those blend together. It makes the TH more like a middle one, with them, with empathy for others, for others. Okay, I'm not going to do the paragraph on that one. I'm going to switch to the end where we're doing this mixed TH. So in this paragraph at the end of the document, I have highlighted all of the THs. A huge percentage of the stuff that I tend to be automatically certain of, it turns out totally wrong and diluted. Here's one example of the utter wrongness of something I tend to be automatically sure of. Everything in my own immediate experience supports my deep belief that I am the absolute center of the universe, the realest, most vivid and important person in existence. We rarely talk about this sort of natural, basic self-correctedness because it's so socially repulsive, but it's pretty much the same for all of us deep down. It is our default setting, hardwired into our boards at birth. Think about it. Think about it. There's no experience you've had that you were not at the absolute center of. Sorry, I'm trying to keep my head tilted up so you can see and then read, which is quite difficult. Anyway, as that starts to feel more comfortable, I'm going to increase the speed and naturalness. Again, you'll continue to hear that TH be quite soft, even though you don't hear pronounced airflow, right? The world as you experience it is right there in front of you, or behind you, to the left or the right of you, on your TV, on your monitor, whatever. Other people's thoughts and feelings have to be communicated to you somehow, but your own are so immediate, urgent, real, you get the idea. But please don't worry that I'm getting ready to preach to you about compassion or other directedness or the so-called virtues. This is not a matter of virtue. It's a matter of my choosing to do the work of somehow altering or getting free of my natural hardwired default setting, which is to be deeply and literally self-centered and to see and interpret everything through this lens of self. Okay. So again, I would repeat a reading passage like this or something else of your choosing and modulate that difficulty. How slow do you have to say it to get it right? How fast can you go and maintain good accuracy? This is how you build a motor habit. You go through this, warm it up, go into something more difficult, okay? I have another page here. I have no idea how long this is going to end up being. On the top of this page, you'll see the most frequently occurring TH words in written English. I have this list of the 1,000 most frequently occurring words in written English. It doesn't always translate well to spoken English, but I think this is still a good list. So you can use a list like this where the THs are kind of everywhere and make this your repeated list. The, with, they, them, this. There, other than, thing, think, through. Three, another, mother, father, something, earth, thought, those, these, nothing, north, south, both, anything, length, month. We often use that with plural, right? Months. That's a super hard word to say. I'm going to put that in the difficult combinations. Let's do that right now so I don't forget. There we go. Weather, everything, themselves, method, within, although, mouth, rather, without, thick, thin, rhythm, northern, southern. Okay, now I wrote down some typical difficult combinations here. Typically, T's and D's next to TH or S and Z next to TH are going to be more difficult. But if any of the words that you just went through trip up your mouth, make those on your difficult combination list, right? Anything you recognize is hard for you to say, put it in difficult combinations. Then what you do is you go through the motor planning hierarchy. You repeat it over and over and over again, making sure you're getting it right, and then you increase the difficulty with speed and naturalness or putting it into sentences and that sort of thing, okay? So here we go. Here are some difficult combinations typically. Is the, is the, is the, z, z, so hard. Is the, is that, is the, is that. And again, I would repeat it over and over and over again. How much you have to repeat it to make a good motor plan is somewhat individual, really. I would say at least 10 times, or gauge by how comfortable it feels. Repeat it enough times that it feels comfortable 10 times, then make it more difficult, okay? Here's the next one. And the, and the, and the, and they, and that, and these, and those. You'll notice you don't really hear a strong D here. Because this combination is difficult, that D tends to hide. It's almost like and the, and they, and that, and these, and those. It's the, it's the, it's the one. Had the. Same thing here. The D tends to be held back. It's not gone. It's not have a, it's had the. The air has to stop abruptly for that D to be marked in the brain of your listener. Had the, had that, had these, had those, had them. You'll hear me push in to that blocking spot. Had, instead of, it doesn't have to be had. Does that, does this. There's no real easy way to do that. And months. Again, take it slow, make it quicker as it feels comfortable. Some other things you can do to practice and kind of combine goals here is, picking some sayings or idioms that have THs in them that you might actually use on a day-to-day basis or week-to-week basis or something like that, right? Beat around the bush. Beat around the bush. Beat around the bush. Don't beat around the bush. Beat around the bush. Better late than never. Than never. Better late than never. Hang in there. There. You can hear that TH is just very, very small. Placement is good. It doesn't sound sharp like an S or a Z, and it doesn't sound quick and tight like a T or a D. Hang in there. There's nothing to it. You'll oftentimes hear people say nothing, right? Because this is very slangy. There's nothing to it. The best of both worlds. The best of both worlds. The best of both worlds. Again, use your same hierarchy of speed to make it difficult. Practice it as many times as you need to make it feel comfortable and more fluid. Under the weather. The weather. Under the weather. You can say that again. You can say that again. A picture is worth 1,000 words. The picture is worth 1,000 words. Let's add that. So the reason I left it out, right, is 1,000 is slang for saying 1,000. The picture is worth 1,000 words. That's not what people say. People say the picture is worth 1,000 words. Being one. So, I mean, it's not really grammatically correct, I guess, to write it in as but that's what we're saying. Birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. By the skin of your teeth. By the skin of your teeth. Good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who wait. Hit the nail on the head. So somebody might say, you really hit the nail on the head. He hit the nail on the head. There's a method to his madness. There's a method to his madness. Throw caution to the wind. Throw caution to the wind. There's no such thing as a free lunch. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Other common phrases you could play with. I think that. I think that. Fill in the blank with a bunch. I think that we should go. I think that she's tired. I think that I might get a raise. I think that it's cold out. Whatever. Make it make sense. Do 10 of them. At this stage. At this stage. At this stage, I think we need to pivot and try something new. At this stage, things seem to be going well. Make a bunch of sentences. Do you think? Do you think? Do you think you could come? Do you think, whatever, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think about? What do you think about that movie? What did you think about that meeting? I switched that to what did you think? What did you think? What did you think about that meeting? Thanks. Thanks so much. Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thanks, I appreciate it, right? Throw that into a bunch of different things. The least I could do. It was the least I could do. The least. The least he could do. the least she could do. I'm sorry that I was late. I'm sorry that I said that. I'm sorry that your feelings were hurt. I'm sorry that you lost your dog, whatever. There you go. There you go. I don't know how to make that much more. That's kind of more of an idiom or a saying. I don't think so. I don't think so. Or I don't think that's true. I don't think I'll be able to go. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think so. That's great. That's great news. That's great to hear. Can I get you something? Can I get you something? That'd be great. Thanks. That would be great. English is crazy. That'd be great. That'd be great. That'd be. Sometimes you'll hear that extra that'd be great. That'd be great. That'd be great. I think it's probably going to be slightly more clear with that extra bump right here. That'd be great. That would have been great. You wouldn't do it that way. That would have been. That'd. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? That's a difficult combination for you. I recommend pulling it back, moving it back in. When I pull it back, I practice. Does that make sense? And then I do it a bunch of times to create that habit. Okay. I recommend practicing maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day on something kind of structured and drill-like this. Now, the other piece is bridging to conversation, picking some focus words or focus phrases, things that you're going to pay attention to for the week or the day. It's up to you, right? Where I might pick a couple of words and a couple of phrases that I'm going to key in on and try to remember. Every time I say this today, I'm going to say it with a clean TH. Read through your emails, focusing on the TH. Sometimes you'll have to read it twice, one for comprehension, one for speech practice, right? That's just the way it is. I might practice answering some basic conversational questions. How are you doing today? I feel good, thank you. Or I'm just going to focus on when is that TH coming and then saying it clearly. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Okay. Thank you. See you next time.